Yes,
Sir,
we are waiting
sir,
to our expert, Hemant Sharma, sir.
so have you called him, sir? Send a reminder.
Then we will start within next 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's joining. I just talked to him. He's in the process of joining the session.
Great, sir. Great.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Sorry, I'm a bit late. It took some time to figure out the joining.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Extremely sorry, it took some time to figure out the login because it was asking some login details initially, and then
No,
I
no
got
issue,
in.
sir. No issue, sir. Dr. Shukla, can you hear me? Sir, we will be starting within few minutes. Some participants are joining.
Sure.
Dr. Shukla, sir is in the meeting. Dr. Shukla, you Shukla, sir. Sir, expert is in the meeting. Let us start. You're not audible, sir.
Yes, sir. Please start the session. Please start, everyone. Please start.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Yuji. Yeah, so let me turn on my slides.
I think our student coordinator is also there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please
Sh-
welcome, sir, and introduce, sir.
Yes, please.
Shall we start the meeting now?
Yes,
Yes,
start.
please start. Please start.
Good evening to all the respected dignitaries, esteemed expert, faculty members, and the dear participants. I, Alka Tiwari, welcome you all to the day 3, session 5 of our AICTE sponsored ATAL 1 week faculty development program. Today, with great honor, we gather for a session on role of social media platforms in detecting, combating deepfake. In this revered digital era, the proliferation of deepfake content threatens trust and authenticity in communication. Social media platforms, as respected guardians of public disclosure, are entrusted with the vital task of detecting and preventing harmful manipulations. Their role is not only technological but also deeply ethical, ensuring that trust prevails in the virtual sphere. Before we moving ahead, I would like to invite our FDP coordinators, Dr. Piyush Kumar Shukla, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, UIT RGPV. I would also like to introduce you all to the expert. I am deeply honored to introduce our distinguished speaker for this evening, Mr. Hemant Sharma sir, founder of Wiener Technology Solutions, Bangalore. With over 16 years of respectable experience in cybersecurity, I would like to introduce Mr. Hemant Sharma sir to you all, and I request Dr. Piyush Kumar Shukla to read.
Oh, thank you, Alka, and I welcome uh, Mr. Hemant Sharma, sir. And I am thankful also that you have accepted our request for 2 sessions. So it will be really helpful for our audience because you belongs to the industry, and industry know more about the current scenario of the technologies. So your input in this subject will be very helpful for all the faculty members. So I welcome you, sir, and I request you to start your session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Piyush ji. Thanks, Alka, for introduction. Yeah, so let's start. I'll start from basics because I don't know how many of you are aware of these technologies, AI or machine learning or algorithm. So I'll start with basics and then we'll deep dive a little bit on the deeper stage of these deepfake and detections. So everybody now nowadays everyone access the media, social media, and I think every day on an average people spend 3 to 4 hours on social media. While we are getting benefited from this, as well as there are a lot of threats that comes to us on daily basis. So one of the threat that we are going to talk about today, and also we will understand what these social media platforms trying to mitigate those problems that we face every day. So first thing is deep fake. Let's try to understand this word deep fake. What is this deep fake? Deep fake is actually it's a uh, non-real thing which looks real. So someone can create a video which looks real, but actually it's not real by using latest technologies that we call AI. So deepfake, as I told you, it's something not real, but looks real. It's very hard to identify whether it's real or it's someone try to target someone by modifying it using technologies. Then second thing is detection. So once someone created a deepfake video, audio, or any content, then there should be a detection. So what is actually detection? Detection is we create some technology using same AI thing to detect, to ensure that it detects those which are not which are deepfake content, which are created just to target someone. So that's the, because a lot of force coming from governments, not only Indian governments, but many other countries um, are forcing these social media, you know, owners or social media companies to ensure that these deep fakes are detected by common people. But it's hard at this stage. We'll as we go a little later in these slides, we will get to know. And all these deep fakes.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir, but your
Yeah.
video is not visible.
Do you want to see video? Okay, let me open video.
Sir, video is not compulsory. She just informed you about that. That's only, nothing else.
Can you see it now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
But I'll not continue this video because right, some bandwidth or some issues might come later. So
There's no compulsion, sir. There's no compulsion. She just informed you that your video is not visible. Nothing else. You can continue without video, sir. No problem.
So all the deep fake contents, these are delivered through social media, right? I think everybody knows, right? So primary distributor for these deepfake content is social media. So we have to protect there itself, because everyone is accessing social media. Everyone is targeted by one or other mean. So these are the responsibilities of social media companies, and governments are putting so much effort to protect or give some clue that this one is deepfake content, or stop them before it actually spreads to many people. We'll get to know as we move a little further in these slides, we'll get to know how things are working out, at what level. Yeah, so as we little deep dive on introduction part as the subject, it plays the critical role. And also it helps us to spread these deepfakes content, and same time it also helps us to protect. How they are doing it, they actually, some of the government, they ask them to put some of the some technologies or algorithm or machine learning technologies which can actually detect them. And I'll tell you little some of the example, like Facebook is trying to do, they build their own algorithm which is called CNNs. So they which is called GANs actually. They name it as a GANs. Basically, they have some of the algorithm which can detect. So similar way, LinkedIn, they created one other algorithm which is called CNNs. That's also like help them to mitigate these deepfake videos, because it's a force from them, and actually content is their business. So if they put little more restrictions, they that's an interest of business, right? To have more and more content. But if you stop more content going towards people by just saying that these contents we want to regulate, then it's a conflict of interest, because all these contents are their business. So, based on the from regulatories inputs, they're trying to as much as they are trying to stop these deepfakes videos, some through some or some other means by having some developing technologies, AI or algorithm or machine learning algorithm. So there are different models used by different social media platforms that we'll discuss a little later. So basically, we will understand first in the global scenario why we want these social media platforms uh, to protect us from deepfakes. Some of the example we'll try to understand, and then there are different partners who help us to protect these. So I'll give you one example. In last 1 year, there are big deepfake incident happened, and these incident actually targeted different domains basically. So one of the biggest deepfake events was in US, where this was the video created by someone having video looks like Elon Musk is speaking and asking people to invest. So one of many people lost their money. One of the employee of US government, he lost all the money that he earned throughout the employment given by US government. So that was shocking actually. He was like 80 years old and he lost all the money. So this was one of the incident which was played a important role to rethink these regulatories and governments to look at these detect these such videos by any ways. One of other example I want to give you is in Hong Kong, one of the bank, basically they lost 35 million. In one instance, how they lost it, someone created a deep audio where the manager, a leadership team is asking employees to, transfer that money to this account. So he was thinking that his manager is asked to transfer that money, 35 million or some number that is. So he transferred, but it was deep fake actually. Someone clone his voice and then ask him to transfer money. So there are many other. This is I'm talking about the global level. Then we will also talk about a little bit on Indian context. What kind of deep fake incident happened? So other important fraud is like it's in political space where actually in Joe Biden it was last year there was a president election, right, where someone created deepfake video where Joe Biden asking their party members not to vote in a specific constituency. So that was detected, and then he actually made another video saying that that was deepfake. So that is the political influence and impacted a lot of people there. And other, if you look at in Indian context, these I told you in bigger scams, which financial fraud and the political fraud, and there are other investment fraud. And if you look at in Indian context, there are many deepfake fraud happened. Where nowadays, if you look at a lot of celebrities, they are going and they are protecting their personality rights. Have you heard this recently? Tendulkar reach out to court says that I want to write my personality. I want my personality right, so no one can use my face. Similarly, Akshay Kumar, a lot of celebrity recently, because the some of them impacted was Tendulkar. Someone made his deep video. Ratan Tata also, where he asked in that video that do investment in this company or that company. So that was he was also impacted. Narayan Murthy impacted couple of times. So that's the reason currently the target is celebrities. So many celebrities are reaching out to court and trying to protect their personality rights so that no one can use if in case they are using it then they can actually sue them in the court. And that is the reason that we a lot of now governments putting efforts and even regulatories and people forcing these social media platforms to set up their detection methods and make them strong detection methods. So as I said that it's little hard actually to employ certain detection methods. The reason is you need expertise, you need actually technology experts. As a user or any, if you are not expert, you know technology, but you will not be able to develop any algorithm which can help you to detect those. So you need expertise who can build the kind of algorithm which can detect. Then you need cyber security experts. You also need forensic experts. The reason is you don't know where actually this video is hosted. Let's say if I created one video for Tendulkar or maybe Naran Murthy, but it is hosted in US. So it's difficult because it's two different countries, two different laws, and it's hosted data on different platform. So it's difficult unless these two countries come together and make some kind of law or some kind of guidelines to these social media platforms. It's difficult to force them to detect or force them to remove these contents as soon as it comes on the platform, or separate them by showing that these are fake. So the reason is because it's spread. It may be hosted in different country. Their law may be different. Their experts may be different, and these contents are showed in different country or impacting a different country. And first thing, they should have a rule in place to when to someone to drag into the court suitable rules or enough rules. And then if they have rules, they should also support, also collaborate to work out these things, right? So these are the difficulties that governments in every country is facing. Also, this volume is so large. Actually, the kind of contents are being created today is, it's like million trillion every second. So the kind of volume they have, and the technology is evolving the way, the fast pace, it's very difficult for these companies also to develop, build an algorithm or have a technology which can detect as fast as these technologies are evolving for these people who are trying to use deepfake thing. So that is wise. One, volume and space, the kind of volume it's being created every second, it's very difficult to keep them up to date. So that is why some of the challenges we will come across a little later. But although being this, many social media platforms bringing these technologies to detect these deepfakes, because if they are not doing it, then people are losing their trust on these social medias. So like in my case, I don't use Facebook because I don't trust on those kind of contents. I use another social media which I feel is more trustable. I use LinkedIn, which I feel more trustable, but because of these deep fakes, incidents, it sometimes becomes hard. So that's the reason these social media platforms trying to bring in some detection policies um, uh, to actually secure their user or keep their faith in their content. So other thing that these social media platforms are doing it is the collaboration, because they themselves have technologies which is not not updated or not fast as these deepfake criminals are doing it. So they actually collaborate with different agencies or different partners to have them updated, keep them updated. These are the kind of professionals or these social media collaborating with startups. Those are in the cyber security space, building new innovative solutions for detection of deepfakes. Similarly, a lot of cybersecurity professionals and experts are they are supporting these social media platforms uh, because they are more updated. They know how to protect them. They are expert in that area. Similarly, they are also partnering with academic institution where research is happening. They are doing a lot of research on deepfake technologies. They are doing a lot of research on new technologies which can protect. So they are also serious about having collaboration, having partnership with these companies who are more innovative or who are focusing more into these latest technologies to protect from the deepfake. The challenges, as I said, that first we will talk about the globally, the challenges that we are facing globally, and then we will discuss a little bit about the Indian context. So global, it's a kind of scale that they are saying is a lot of the kind of scale that data is being generated and the kind of videos, deepfake technology is being used to generate fake videos, audios, or content. It's a very high. It became very high because someone is trying to get benefited with these. Earlier, let's say if I go back a year back or 2 year back before AI, if you want to write some content or article, it takes lot of many hours to write that article. Or if you want to build some video, it takes a lot of efforts to make. Similarly, audio. But now it's a kind of seconds. With AI, the kind of in a seconds, few seconds, you can generate video, the kind of video you want, and you can generate audio or you can create a post or article. So that happens in few seconds. Just think about what large scale this is happening. What large scale contents are being created or consumed or delivered or spread. So that large scale, if let's say if social media platform try to detect them, have some algorithm, it will actually if algorithm is not that fast, then it will impact their delivery. That will impact their business also. So they are actually cautious, and because of scale, they are very cautious on these technologies, that it should not slow down their content delivery, as they that's their business. So they want to keep also they want to protect the speech freedom of expression and respecting privacy. So when you see the content right now in these platforms, it's very hard that this content is generated by someone in India or someone in US or maybe someone from any other country. It's very difficult, right? So they why they are doing it? Because they want to protect the privacy of their user who is creating content. Right. Because if there is privacy is not protected, then people may not create content in some of the cases. So they want to, and some of the, if they stop some of the content, then there is a rule, freedom of expression. Someone might go to court and say that I wanted to share something which is stopped by this media or social media. So they want to keep those in line. Along with that, they want to they want to have a system which can detect, but also have these things like privacy and the freedom of expression available for them. It's globally, as I said, the different rule in different country. Now let's understand in Indian context. Indian context, you can, as I said, like right now, a lot of cases happened with these celebrities. As some of the names I have taken, like Tendulkar, Ratan Tata, Narayan Murthy, Priyanka Chopra, latest happened. So this is the case even in recently in political space. During election, many videos are created which was deep fake. Then someone created their separate video. So this can even influence countries' election. So government is little serious about that. Not only Indian government, but every government where the election happens, democratic election happens, it can have a major impact in election process by just creating misinformation content or deepfake content. So governments governments are worried because it can the moment the elections are influenced by wrong information, it will have a real impact, major impact on the countries once it become difficult, right, to have a democracy where we say that the only the people chosen by government is chosen by people, right? That right. So our government is recently they brought some law where forensic can be bring into the in the forensic can bring into the while taking the process of jurisdiction. And they recently they ask some of these social media. Government also asked some of the social media that if you want to deliver content, you have to follow this regulation. So they are working out with them. Some of them are implemented. Some of them yet to implement because of lot of recently lot of incident happened. Recently, so many incident happened actually. That's the reason regulatories are working, policy frameworks are involved by government, social media's experts are involved by government, um, cybersecurity experts are involved by government, and recently our government also says that we will have strong regulation for social media platforms. One of the cyber fraud used to happen with the with the phone, right, where OTPs are shared and people lost their money. So similar way, it's happening. Government gave a lot of user information. They gave a lot of messages on phone, reaching out user that you should not do that. You should not share OTP. Similar way, government is working with policymakers, regulators, as well as uh, some of these startups, experts who are into this space and doing a lot of innovation in this specific area. So government and policymakers are already working with them to have some guideline which can protect the privacy, which can protect the data, which can protect even freedom of expression. So real content should go to the people. Definitely, it should not stop because we want to have a regulation to protect the deepfake. Everything comes to because these deepfake or the information through social media is consumed by user. So more important part of who is victimized, who is mostly victimized is the user. So that's keeping user in central part. The educating them is important because you create the technologies, you create the algorithm which can protect, but if user is not aware how to find out deepfake content using technology, it becomes difficult because the contents are consumed by everyone. Everyone, when I say, even in cities, people who are professional, who are educated, who are, anyone or people, even contents are consumed by people who are staying in villages. They are not even educated. So one of the important initiative by the government or any institution is to educate the user what kind of content they should use, where they should trust, how to find out if it is trusted, which platform, social media platform is trusted. So many apps recently government took them down because they took them down because of they were delivering the fake contents. So that's the reason. That's the reason why that's the important part of these user awareness. So, initiative that we have been taken in our level, where we are educating our employees as well as their families. Similar way, government is also trying to bring in more initiative, although they have some of the initiative, but they are trying to bring in more initiative to reach out to the last mile, reach out to the people who are staying in villages, because they are also consuming these content, and they are consuming more because they are free all the time. Most of the time they are free, so they consume more contents, similar contents. Even that's the reason they want to take these the user education to everyone, so they are aware, they know. Like if I give you one of the example is the website. How do you know that website is secure? So someone who understands the technology or who is aware, they can find out the lock key there. So similar way, if someone is not aware that the secure website is where we can see the HTTPS or key or lock option, that if they are not aware, they may not know, right? So that awareness, if it goes to the user, events happens in coming days. So that's the one of the primary initiative that government and every institution is focusing to educate people that deepfake, what is deepfake, how you can avoid them, and if there is something which you feel real, what are the sources they can go and verify those content, if it is real or if it is not real. So that's the user education that's very important role, and education and government and institutions and every corporate trying to bring in. Some of the case studies that India, studies from India and international, that example that I've already shared, that some of the example in international arena where because of deep fake, political campaigns were influenced. Because of deep fake, people lost their money. Because of deepfake, people lose the trust on their content. So these are the in India also, lot of celebrities, they got into the trouble because of deepfake content made and delivered to the users. So that's why they're trying to bring in those personality rights for them. So yeah, so that's the as I said, the government focusing more on these regulations. At least they initiated on working on these regulations, and government pushing these some of the social media platforms. Some of them are blocked, like we don't see us in some of the time we some of the media platform, they were also famous, but they were blocked because of these reasons. Now they are, I will not name that one of the social media platform, but they again, they started in India after the government approval, or government allowed them. And uh, even in the Twitter case, we have been talking, I mean, our government is talking to them even in the Facebook case, LinkedIn case, and other local media platforms. We have many news channels, many other channels, other apps that those deliver the content to the users. So they are pushing to have some detection in some detection methods to protect end users from these fake scams. So conclusion, after this conclusion, we will have a question and answer session where I would like you to ask more questions so that if I have answers, I'll answer this. As the conclusion is always vital because social media is important platforms. Social media platforms are important where everybody is consuming every day. It is reaching out, delivering content to everyone in this world, everyone in this world corner. uh, and same time, we have to focus on detecting the fakes, protecting people from the fakes or scams, uh, or maybe some influencing negative influence to the people. So the awareness is important. We have to create as much as awareness to the people around. Although government is taking initiative, but it's our responsibility to reach out to the people, make them aware. Also having some of the rules, as government is trying to work out with these platforms to bring in some of the important rules to detect. And the reason why they are pushing detection of these deep fakes to these social media platforms, one of the reason is because the laws are not updated to this much, latest to these technologies, deep fakes. So that's why they are pushing. That's a easier method for them to have some detection policies so that we can protect our consumers from these scams and fakes. So that's the something from my side. Although a lot of innovation is happening, a lot of startups are working in this space, cyber experts are working in this space, but it may take some more time to bring in some more rules which can protect all of us from these deepfakes. So we can open to a questions and answers because that will give. This was the basic understanding and what's going on in the world as well as in India to protect us from these deepfake scams or misinformation.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
I didn't took a little deeper on the technologies side because I don't know how many of are aware of these algorithm and machine learning methods to detect them. So I thought let's give them more of the overview of these, what's happening currently, what government is doing, what every country is trying to focus on.
Definitely, sir. Very correct. Actually, this is the time to discuss more and more about this deepfake scenario because everything is new for everyone. And sooner or later, we may be victim of these things, and uh,
Right.
or someone from our family or our society will be there who will be victim. Recently, also we have seen lots of cases on. You can also see on Instagram, Facebook, or somewhere other social media platform that there are lots of problems related with deepfake.
Right.
So, Hemant sir, how we should save ourselves from these things to become the victim? So please give some instructions, some guideline, and some suggestions also.
Right. So basically, one of the important things, because everybody is not technology expertise, so make them aware. Basically, we should read out, from many places, the authentic places, to make ourselves more aware. and reading some of the more about it, little bit reading about these technologies because it's available on internet. What is deepfake technology? How someone can scam us? How someone can, if you know, let's say, I'll give you one example. If you know that video can be modified by the technologies, or someone can make fake videos, then at least you are aware. You will not trust on every video, right? So that's one of the awareness, that if you know that there's a technology which can modify any content or create a fake video, create a fake audio, create a fake article content, then at least you will not trust on every content that you are receiving. Or if someone says that before looking at any video and trusting that video, what video is saying or doing it, check with someone else who may be aware. So that awareness is important. Awareness of knowing that there is a possibility of modifying the real video to a fake. There is a awareness that this can happen through technology. What kind of technology it can happen, and aware that mostly these content or modified videos are delivered through social media. So we will not trust every content that is delivered to us. We will not trust that if we are aware of these things. So keep ourselves aware. Read more about these cases. Whenever you get chance, read about these cases. So if you keep updating yourself, don't trust more on WhatsApp. Talk to the people. Take the advice of the people who may be expert in these technologies, rather than getting advice from someone who is not from technology background, who may not be aware, or who may not be from regulatory side, who may not be from cyber expert side. So take from those, not anybody else who is giving you advice. So keep those things in mind.
Right, sir. Very correct, sir. Sir, what about government rules regulations regarding this deepfake? As I heard about other countries, they are making laws, they are presenting in their parliament also such type of things. So what about India? What's the scenario going on, as you are from industry? So if you can give some views
Right.
on that.
So some of the countries are little ahead. We are also exploring. These some of the regulations that we have not brought in. Some of the regulations are being discussed. Right now, we are only protected by IT laws, which is 66C or 66D. Those are the law which is little older, but not from they are those are from the foreign, those are from the tech side basically, or from the cyber side, cyber laws. Basically, those are the cyber laws, but those don't cover for the deepfake, because deepfake recently started a year back, right after this technology, AI technology launched, right? Then deepfake, we started seeing the deepfake content. But because I said that IT laws are still there, forensic laws are still there, cyber security laws are still there, but but those are not yet updated, because we are still trying to figure out how to protect from uh, these scams or deepfake scams or deepfake misinformation. So there's a lot of discussion is going on, because for this, although we are ready, but those companies, their business is content, right? So they have to also get into the collaboration. They should also be ready without impacting their business, without impacting freedom of expression. Also, there are positive side of media, social media. So without impacting those, there's a little. There are discussions are going on. It might take some more time. By the time we bring in some laws to protect our user or system from deepfakes, it'll take some more time, because everybody is not only India, globally people are trying to understand how, even we have laws, But if other countries are not collaborating or other countries are not supporting us in those laws, then it's difficult to protect anybody, because these deep fake content can be in any country where I'm consuming here. I may be a victim, but you cannot reach out to countries, their laws, unless they support us. So it's every country coming together. They are trying to make some global framework, global guidelines to protect from deepfake.
Very correct, sir. Because at the same time, everybody have to cooperate. Then only we can overcome and we can fight with these problems. Because I saw in the Instagram also there are manipulated images, videos, everything is there nowadays.
Right.
And also we cannot identify the original image and the manipulated image. So this is also one of the problem. So
Yes, user cannot identify. Only technology can identify whether it's a
right.
scam. You talked right.
And so there should be some law also before forwarding. We should just check whether it is original or not. Then only we should forward, I think. Otherwise,
Right, right. That's important because these are the spread like anything. These contents, when you receive on any platform like WhatsApp or Instagram or Facebook, it's you are tend to share them. That's the kind of habit we got. So we have to ensure before forwarding whether that content is real or it's a deep fake content.
right, sir. So some questions has been written by some participants. Let me read out for you.
Yeah.
Uh, Sir, how can I investigate or analyze the deepfake content? So it means there are some applications or something is available through which we can check and then only we will decide whether we have to forward or not. So
So as a normal user, it's it's hard to find out because you need some kind of technology expertise. You need some kind of algorithm to be developed. Then only you will be able to get to know. But as a user, it's hard. It's very hard to identify whether it's a real or it's a fake. As a I'm saying as a normal user. I'm not saying cyber expert laws or experts. They know they can find out something going into the content, or they're going into the URLs, going into the IPs, going into the different areas where they can check it out. But it's difficult for the normal user. And also, if even if you develop some algorithm, unless your social media platform is not supporting to run those algorithm, it's difficult. So as a user, uh, if you got some video which you got little bit doubt, then talk to someone else who may be expert, or wait before you share it. Talk to someone, wait for some time, because when deepfake contents are delivered, immediately people come into action, our regulatory come into action. And so wait for take any action on that video, wait for some time, because in an hour or 2 hours, every agency becomes activated. They try to delete that video or share another video saying that these contents are not real. So have patience before you are forced to share information or share that video with someone else.
right, sir. So I think there should be some uh, identification mark also if some agency have identified with this video is fake or this image is fake, then they can also put some mark on that something so that other will know about that whether they should forward or not. So it should
Yeah.
like then
Yes. So one of the update I can give you, one of the update that government is working out, not only our Indian government, but many other governments are working into is, at least you will get to know from which country this video is originated, that they are working. Right now, you may be seeing video on social media platform. You may be thinking that it is generated or created by someone in India, but it would have been created from some other country that you may not even know the name. but it looks like someone created by Indian, that may have Indian name, that may have something, but it may be created from any other country. So all the governments are trying to agree on that. At least they get to know from which country this content is originated. So where to trust, which country to trust. If content is coming from this country, I don't have trust, right? So at least you will get to know. In the political campaign also, you will get to know this video is not from India. This video is created by someone in some other country to influence the political campaign or impacting the voters. So that all the countries are working together to have. So you will see some flag. You will see that is still working out. They are working out. They have not implemented. You will see the flag of that country. So if someone is posting a video from US, you will see the US flag. So if someone is posting from India, you will see Indian flag against that. So that is something they are trying to work it out. Hopefully, we will see soon this in every social media platform.
That's also great, sir. So that we can at least see that from which country it has been done. So accordingly, we can fight regarding that if something is happening with us or
Right.
with anybody else. So is there any other question from audience? You can write the question. You can ask question also. So that will be just like a panel discussion type of thing also, means we can discuss for next 5 to 10 minutes. We are having some time also. Any question is there, then you can ask. Anybody?
More questions, more clarification. Right?
Yes, sir. And fortunately, we are getting time to discuss also. Otherwise, we are watching, we are listening, and things are going on. So if any question is there, most welcome. Everyone, anyone. Any research scholar, any faculty member, any participants, anybody can ask any question. Because sir belongs to industry, he know what's going on in the industry and how things can be done in the progressive way in the coming in a scenario. So accordingly, we can learn. Being the faculty members, it's very important for us to protect our reputation, to protect our video lecture, images, everything, whatever there in the social media, it should be protected. So if any
I,
thing, yes, please, Malcolm.
sir, I want to ask one question. Actually, many times in our university, whenever we are sitting in admission team, so most of the students, they are getting confused with the two options. For the students' sake, I'm asking this, that what to suggest them, that whether we should go for, what is the career opportunities or prospects, career prospects in the field of cybersecurity, if we compare it with the AI, because everybody is just behind AIDS, even AIML, they don't want to choose. They want to choose always AIDS. But I always suggest them to go for a cybersecurity. I'm doing right with the students. What do you think, sir, as per industry, that what is the future prospect for cybersecurity students if they are doing specialization, especially in this, rather than AIDS, which is better for the students' point of view? I want to ask.
So basically, I would answer in a different way. This
Okay.
question,
Okay,
both
sir.
are different thing, and you should go with the interest. If your interest area is expertise, to become a cyber expertise or cyber laws, then you should go in the cyber security side. If you are more into the coding kind of development, coding interested in more in coding side, then you should go for technologies like AI. But as I said, it's based on interest. But both the careers are different. Cyber experts are highly paid, and actually, after AI, because a lot of deep fakes, a lot of scams. There's a lot of demand of cybersecurity professionals. It was earlier, it was not that much, but now it's easy to scam someone. It's easy to influence someone. It's easy to clean up the account of someone. It became important that we should have enough cyber experts or cyber security experts. So now, if look back 2 years back, it was difficult to get into the cyber security side, but now there's a more demand, and cyber experts are paid high. Although initial when you come out of college, it's it's hard to get a job in cyber security space rather than getting job in AI side. So I would suggest tell them about both cyber security and AI. What you are supposed to do in AI, what you are supposed to do in cyber security, and then let them just decide where they are interested, and let them choose the one which they are interested.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to, okay, your suggestion is very nice. I just wanted to know that am I doing justice with my profession? Because sometimes students have very high hopes with their teachers that they will guide us in the right direction. That's why, just for a moral point of view, I just wanted to ask, and I'm very much clear after listening you. This point is clear in my mind that I'm doing my job rightly in the right direction rather than misguiding them. It's okay to get admission, but it's very much important to guide them in the right direction because we are in a noble profession, teaching profession.
Right.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. One more question I wanted to ask. Just after 1 or 2 minutes, I'm just framing it more. Then I will ask. Just
Please,
after
please.
1 minute or so.
Okay, sure.
Anybody else is there? Anybody can ask question. It's a
So,
good time
how
to
many of you are using AI technologies?
Yes, sir.
I'm asking in this group, how many of
Yes.
are you using AI technologies?
Very few things we use, sir, for suppose we want to make some things which does not need very much expertise of a teacher. That is just for a jot down type of, because so
मेरे बेटी को कहना आ रहा है कि मम्मा टॉफी ले आना और फिर पापा इतने से ये नहीं कि उसको थोड़ा नॉर्मल लगे कह रहे मैं खा जाऊंगा सारी अब वो हाँ नहीं अब वो फोन करके कह रही है पापा कह रहे मैं खा जाऊंगा
I'm
मैं
sorry,
खा
sir.
अच्छा ये तो ये
Somebody-
बिल्कुल नहीं सामने आ गए
That's okay. It happens sometimes.
Devanshu Tiwari. Dr. Devanshu Tiwari.
Am I audible, sir? Sometimes actually in the universities, if we are in a at a capacity of faculty, but sometimes we have to do many clerical things, administrative things in which teacher expertise is not needed. Suppose I need to prepare something which is not related with my subject or something, then sometimes we use that, just put this in the chat GPT or some screenshot you put up, and then he will or she will prepare and then see it, because it is just a clerical job and thus we have been allotted that job. So in the jobs where the students are not getting harmed, where the student interest is not very much involved, I sometimes use some chat GPT or some other AI tools sometimes, when or sometimes for taking a right direction guidance that what's happening in the today's scenario in the world. Like if they suggest something, then after we can add through our expertise, through our intelligence, our own command over the subject, we can add something else. So sometimes I use, suppose for me I'm telling almost 2-3% only, whatever I'm delivering I'm using only 2-3% for AI. Otherwise I'm using my own knowledge, whatever I have gained in my throughout my career. This is my answer. I do not know about others.
Anybody else if wants to give answer, or if there is any question with anyone?
For educators, it's
One more thing I wanted to ask, sir. Many students in my in my area, in our institutes, many students they ask for that. Where should I apply for? Suppose they are getting degree from the institute, from the university or college or somewhere, but sometimes they ask for government projects or industry projects, like you are in industry. So is there any reliable platform? Although we are also suggesting them the platform which the government is showing, or otherwise as an industry people, if you know some other things also, means some kind of that directly, it is easier for, because sometimes when faculties are suggesting or the university is suggesting something to the students, they are not very much comfortable, or they sometimes find it time taken, or just they think that always teachers are saying blah blah or something. So is there any platform which they can find out that it is easy to use, it is very easy to access, and they can get some projects from somewhere or something? Is there any platform which is very much user friendly from the student's point of view rather than institute's point of view or faculty point of view?
There are many platforms, but I would not name any platform here. I would suggest here is because earlier, if they want to go for internship or industry projects, they wanted to choose private companies, right? Mostly corporates, right? But now recently, government started many initiatives. Every department, they are supposed to create some internship opportunities. If let's say some student, they don't want to get into the corporates, private corporates, they have an opportunity to work with governments also and do internship with government departments. Many IITs, they open the internship for other colleges. Many IIMs, they open the opportunities to do an internship in IIMs, IITs. Many government, as I said, government department, they also open up because they are supposed to have interns in their department for 2 months, 3 months. So if let's say they some of these students, they may not be interested to, or they are not getting opportunity in corporate world, private corporate, then they can choose to work with any of these government departments to have internship. Because I know even Videsh Mantralaya, many e-commerce Mantralaya, commerce Mantralaya, or many Mantralaya, they open up their internship opportunities. I'm sure you would have got this information from somewhere.
Yes,
So
sir.
there are
Yes, sir.
many
Our
avenues now.
universities are always working. We are having our unit, our cell, especially who is working in this direction only. But I just wanted to know if there is any place where the students, if they don't want to listen to the university or to the teachers sometime, then if there is anything which is very much user friendly for the students' point of view, if there is. Otherwise, we are guiding them, or the university is guiding them by their own. There is not a problem in that. They are doing. There is a special unit to guide the students for their internships also. But sometimes students feel that whatever we choose is very much better. Sometimes when students come inside the university, they have high hopes, and then after they think we should go with here, there. All the students, they have their different interest. So if they
Right.
ask personally to me, I may suggest something. That's why only I was asking.
You can
Otherwise,
suggest. Then you can suggest LinkedIn.
okay, okay,
That's the best platform to
okay,
reach out to any corporate in this world. Not only in India, they can even
okay,
reach out to the US, they can reach out to any country, and they can reach
okay,
out to any corporate. So,
okay,
in my understanding, LinkedIn is the best platform.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
But mostly, I see nowadays these students, they spend more time on WhatsApp and Instagram and Facebook.
Exactly, sir. Whatever we are facing, this is the problem. Actually, university themselves, they work, means a cell is there, a unit is there who is working for the student internship. But as you know, the students' behavior, 10% of the students, they are very much listening to the university or the faculty or the unit which is being designed to do that. But other 90% students, half of them are not listening them at all. They are asking from anybody, from the friends, from the faculties, and also we have to answer them also to just keep them okay, that okay, it's also for you also this. So that's why I was asking that something which they have, which they find out very much interesting also, in which they can create interest also, and they can get something for their career. So that kind of, because they don't want to access these kind of things which we
Right.
tell them that this is
I
the
would
best?
suggest everyone, all faculties part of this program, encourage student to get into the LinkedIn. Lot of opportunities, many opportunities, the kind of opportunity they need. They can reach out to any corporate, they can reach out to any leader, they can reach out to any HR, and they even get. I know many students from small college, they got the internship in US, remote internship in US, and they were paid good amount. So my suggestion to everyone in this call, encourage student to get onto the LinkedIn, hook to the LinkedIn, and try explore the opportunities there.
Okay, sir. Nice suggestion. Okay, thank you.
Very correct, sir. Very informative. So there are few more questions. One is what is the roadmap for becoming a cyber expert? Few courses, I think they want
Yes,
to.
there are different ways you can become a cyber expert. The first thing is, if you are interested, you can go for specialization in cyber expert core. Even engineers, some of the universities, they are running specialization as a cyber expert, right? Cyber security professionals, right? So that's the way where you can be. You can go for engineering course where specialization is cyber security laws or cyber experts. And apart from this, there are different certifications. There are different courses run by other bodies. There are bodies, let's say, if you haven't done the specialization in cyber security, but still you want to get into the cyber security side of it, then you have technologies, because you have done CS, computer science engineering, or any other technology engineering. You can go for some of the organization, they trained cyber expertise, they run the cyber expert trainings. You can go and get the training there, become experts. And also, there are third way, which is much simpler way, is you join the industry, be part of developer, understand the technology, because that's the best way. Even industry think, you work some time as a developer, understand more about architecture of the application, how these product being developed, run, back end, front end, mid layer, back layer, everything, databases. And then you switch your career in the same organization. You can switch to the cyber expertise, cyber professional side. They have a department where, if you are interested, you got some training outside. Then usually companies and corporate, they have policies to promote their employees to a different skill set, right? So using that opportunity, you can still join their team of cyber experts and become a cyber expert professional, or cyber professionals, basically. So these are the three ways that I know can be ways to become a cyber experts. Because many times what happens, if you don't understand the architecture of product or application and thoroughly, and you become a cyber expert, it's difficult to become learn things, or maybe you miss some or other thing in this. So or your growth will be a little harder, because your basic understanding of the application architecture is not that much. So the third option is best way to become a cyber expert, a cyber security professional.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So anything else is there, or we should wind up now? Our next session is at 7:30 today, after 10 minutes. Coordinators,
Yes, sir.
should we wind up this session now?
Yes, sir. Okay, so thank you so much, sir, for joining us. You are an inspiration to the technological community, and your achievements guide us towards integrity and vigilance in the digital world. Thank you so much for joining us and for the nice session. Thank you so much, sir.
Especially thanks from my side, sir, as you have accepted our request in very short request time, I should say like that. So thank you very much for everything.
Thank you so much, Piyushji, for inviting me, and thank you everyone who attended. You can reach out if you have more questions or any doubts or anything that you want my help. You can reach out to me. I would be happy to support you, even later, even after this session, or any time whenever you want to reach out to me.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Very nice and informative sessions. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, everyone. So let us meet again after 10 minutes at 7:30. And the next session is from Dr. Raju, sir, from IIT Patna. Blockchain with Deepfake. Thanks to all. If you want to stay here, then you can be there, because after 10 minutes there's a session. So silently we can wait for that. Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
So I formally welcome you, sir, on behalf of RGPV University. So this FDP is for 6 days, and this is the third day of the FDP and second session of the day. So most welcome, sir, and I request my student coordinator to start the session. To introduce the expert and then request to start the session, please.
Good evening once again to all respected dignitaries, faculty members, experts, and participants. Our next session of AICTE sponsored 1 week ATAL Faculty Development Program organized by Department of Computer Science and Engineering, UIT RGPV Bhopal, is Blockchain for Deepfake Prevention and Media Provenance. In an era where seeing is no longer believing, Deepfakes have emerged as powerful instruments of misinformation. To combat this, we need robust solutions that can trace the origin and integrity of media. As we say, यदि समय पर पहचान न हो तो छल भी सच का रूप ले लेता है. Now I would request our coordinator, Dr. Rajiv Pandey sir, to address us.
Pandey sir is, I think, busy somewhere. So I request Dr. Raju Haldar sir. Now you can start the session, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I can share my screen first.
Sorry to interrupt, sir.
Yeah.
But may I give your...
Yes, yes.
Yes,
please.
Divyanshi, please introduce the expert with the participants.
Yes, yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. So we are privileged to have with us Dr. Raju Haldar, sir, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering at the Indian Institute of Technology, Patna. Sir brings with him a rich experience of over 13 years spanning both academia and industry. He holds a PhD in computer science from the prestigious Ca' Foscari University of Venice, Italy, and an MTech from the University of Calcutta. His professional journey is truly global and impressive. Before joining IIT Patna, he served as a postdoctoral researcher at Macquarie University, Australia, and worked with the University of Minho, Portugal. He also brings valuable industry perspective from his tenure as an associate system engineer at IBM India. Most recently, he served as a visiting professor at the National Polytechnic Institute of Toulouse, France in 2023. Currently, he leads the Blockchain and Robotics Lab at IIT Patna. His research expertise is deep and diverse, covering blockchain technology, smart contracts, cybersecurity, and formal methods. He is a senior member of IEEE and has been the recipient of multiple Best Paper Awards at international conferences like CISIM and ACSS. His recent work directly addresses today's topic, focusing on secure frameworks and deepfakes, models that leverage blockchain to detect and prevent deepfake manipulations. With this brief yet significant introduction, I now hand over the session to you, sir. The stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you for your introduction, and thank you for the invitation also. Today, my session title, I will talk about especially blockchain technology, even though this workshop FDP is completely based on deepfake technology, especially giving the perspective of AI into this deepfake aspects. But since my background is quite different, I'm since 5-6 years I am working on this blockchain technology, as well as some kind of programming languages, verification, formal methods, all those things. So I find, yes, blockchain can be very useful technology to prevent this kind of deepfake, and it can help providing some kind of provenance to this kind of deepfake multimedia content also. So so let's start this session. So maybe I know that many of you might be aware of blockchain technology, but still I would like to start with this brief introduction of blockchain technology and how blockchain technology is applied to different applicative domains and how we are gaining the benefits into those domains. I will just go through briefly, and then finally I will talk about how blockchain can be extended to deepfake prevention, and what kind of research already done, what kind of proposals already given by different researchers in the literature. Of course, even though number of papers are very low, but I will just give some highlights so that you can find some kind of interest into those kind of problems, and you can propose your own solution in the your near future. Well, so coming to this blockchain technology, so whatever systems we are involved with, we are interacting with, we are part of, in every systems, there are certain stakeholders involved, and we are interacting with them. For example, if we look at this kind of bank, we have our we have our bank account, and there are different kinds of banks. There are different kinds of bank employees. There are different employees. I mean, sorry, customers. There are RBI also. So what happens that we have some accounts, we can keep our money there, and we are making all kinds of transactions, but we are requesting bank to do all kinds of transaction on our behalf. Similarly, in case of credit card also, we have certain different stakeholders involved, and we are purchasing something from the market. We are using some kind of POS devices. We are using some kind of credit card. I mean, these are our MasterCard network. There are merchants, merchant banks, some kind of customers, all are involved, and there is a certain process we are following. But the problem here is that in such kind of systems, even though there are many stakeholders involved, but they might not be trusted, right? So we are somehow in semi-trusted system, or some kind of untrusted systems we are in. For example, in case of bank, there can be certain kind of concern happens. For example, I have issued some kind of check, I am making some kind of online transaction, but of course some kind of fraud can happen. My check amount that I have mentioned on the check, that can be forged. My signature can be forged. The amount that I have mentioned can be tempered. Or even every day we are getting so many news about fraud happened for credit cards, for different kinds of online transactions. So now the question is that when this kind of fraud happening and we are losing our hard-earned money, so who is responsible for? Of course, maybe bank is responsible, maybe we are responsible, but what happens? The actual, every information is being maintained by bank. So bank should have this kind of systems with proper authentication, authorization, encryption, decryption, everything, right? And there would be some kind of system to prevent all kind of frauds. So, but whenever you lose your money and you go to bank and you say that this kind of fraud happens to me, this kind of cybercrime happens to me, but bank will not take responsibility. So, of course, non-repudiation issue is there. And you do not have much information, much proof to show, to present in all the cases. So you have to lose your money finally. So therefore, basically, we are dependent on some kind of centralized system. And if centralized system, there is some kind of manipulation, there is some kind of fraud, you cannot do anything. So therefore, can we move towards decentralization? Yes. In the past also, that there are several kind of incident happens. For example, Punjab Maharashtra Cooperative Bank fraud, maybe other thing can be in the Kolkata also some kind of meat scandal that happened. So people from the people collected some kind of meat of dead animal from the dump, and they have supplied to different hotels and restaurants. So people eating over there, they don't know from where this kind of meat is coming. So there is no kind of authentication, no kind of complete information that whether they are genuine or not genuine. So whatever food you are purchasing from the market, you don't know from where they are produced. You don't know. So lack of information, that gives some kind of untrust to the people we are dealing with every day. So therefore, the main thing is that can we move from the centralized to decentralized system where multiple people will be involved and decision cannot be taken by a single person, can be taken by a group of people or maybe all people in the system. So if we are sending some money from the abroad and we have to be dependent on this kind of centralized system, centralized agencies, and we have to give some kind of amount, service charges to them. So the question is that it's our money, we are sending it to our bank account, so why we should give some kind of service charge to this kind of third party? So that's the question. So therefore, we have this question that is it possible to create some kind of digital form of money, and there will not be any kind of centralized authorities like bank, credit card companies, or any kind of centralized authorities. So all people can do any kind of activities among themselves, connecting end-to-end way. The first work is Bitcoin, that you all know, and this has been done. This is the white paper introduced by Satoshi Nakamoto. But of course, people don't know who is actually Satoshi Nakamoto. But later many people came forward and claiming that they are Satoshi Nakamoto. But of course, this is not proved yet that who is actually Satoshi Nakamoto. Somehow, this person, Satoshi Nakamoto, or whoever the author of this white paper, he has given some Satoshi Nakamoto name, but we don't know that whether Satoshi Nakamoto is actual name or some kind of now how this Bitcoin works. What is the technology behind that we most know, right? So basically it works this way, that whatever records we are storing, the storage will be like this. So here the data structure will be like this. So rather than having some kind of linked list, so we all know how linked list is formed, but rather than having this kind of linked simply pointer, we are creating some kind of hash pointer. So here this block is pointing to the previous block, but here rather than only the pointer, we are considering hash value of the previous block. So that's why we are calling it hash pointer. Similarly, hash pointer is pointing to this. So if anytime you find that this data is being manipulated, so because of this manipulation, the hash value will impact. And because of this hash value impacted, so it will propagate subsequently. So that's why you can understand that anyone wants to temper this data, it will impact all the subsequent blocks. So therefore, this kind of ledger is called tamper evident. So therefore, once you write something in the blockchain, so this is called blockchain, chain of blocks. So once you write something in the blockchain, you cannot alter this data. So, but how this blockchain works, basically a number of nodes are there. They are connected through peer-to-peer network, and everyone is maintaining that kind of blockchain that I have just shown. And whatever activities happening in the network, so that will be decided by everyone. A consensus or agreement will be established, and those information, those activities will be recorded in the blockchain. For example, here you can find that whenever some kind of consensus happens, maybe this person is doing some kind of transactions, activities. So whatever activities this person is doing, or whatever activities this person is doing, about these activities, a consensus will be done, and some kind of decision should be made that whether this activity should be recorded in the blockchain or not. If the decision is yes, we should record these activities, so everyone will add this information to their blockchain copies. See, so this will be added to all blockchain copies maintained by all users in the blockchain. And as we already know, once it is written in the blockchain, it cannot be altered. Now, I'm just showing briefly that how Bitcoin works. So what happens? If we have internet connection, we are connecting with the internet, we open our laptop and there is some kind of wallet software, Bitcoin wallet software. What I do using the wallet software, I will just create one transaction. In the transaction, I will mention to whom I am sending the Bitcoin, what is the address of that user, recipient, from where I have received my Bitcoin, how much Bitcoin I am going to send. So all this information I have to mention in the transaction. I mean, the wallet software will mention for on your behalf. And then this will be broadcasted into the network. So when it will be broadcasted, everyone will receive this kind of transaction. So everyone from their own side can check the validity of this transaction. For example, I have maybe enough money, maybe 100 Bitcoin, and I am sending or transacting maybe 50 Bitcoin. It's fine. The transaction is valid. But if I have maybe 20 Bitcoins, but I am sending to my friend 30 Bitcoins, it's not a valid transaction. So validity can be checked by every users in the network, but of course, not forced. Whoever wants to validate, they can validate it. But for validation, there is certain kind of scripting language called Bitcoin scripting language. But remember that this kind of Bitcoin scripting language is non-Turing complete. It means that you cannot develop applications, you cannot write programs using this Bitcoin scripting language. It's just to check the validity. And using this Bitcoin scripting language, once the validity will be ensured, so those transactions will be considered by a particular node who is having a very high computation power, and that will be accumulated and a block will be created. and this block will be created. It will pass through some kind of challenge, some kind of puzzle, some kind of competition, and if through the competition, if it wins, the miner wins, then that block will be sent to all users, and you see that all users will add this block to their blockchain copies. So this way the Bitcoin transactions, whatever happening in even real Bitcoin network, this way it works. So this is the underlying blockchain technology that I have given a brief overview. So, but this kind of activities, you see that there, whatever block is being created, that is going through some kind of competition, and finally it is broadcasted to the network, and everyone accepted this block. So this is a kind of consensus algorithm. So in this Bitcoin, proof of work is a certain kind of consensus algorithm, but in other kind of blockchain network, other kind of consensus algorithm is followed. So I'll mention some of the names of other consensus algorithms followed in other blockchain networks. So this is the very high level view of how Bitcoin or blockchain blockchain technology in Bitcoin network works. For example, anyone can join the network, anyone can listen the network for transactions, and whenever they receive the transaction, they will check the validity. Finally, the miner will collect a valid transaction, set of valid transactions, creates the block, and will broadcast the block to the network after passing through the competition. And then that block, if it is accurately or correctly formed, that block will be accepted by everybody in the network. And finally, if that block is being added to the blockchain, so who has actually created the block, he will get some kind of rewards. Now, of course, there are certain goals of cryptocurrencies that I am not mentioning here, but you see that if I look at current market price, I find that okay, maybe around 95,000 USD is the price for one Bitcoin, whereas 3,000 USD is the price for another kind of cryptocurrency called Ether. So here in the market, you can find almost 9,000 active cryptocurrencies. But of course, many are very popular, many are not so popular. But of course, those are active cryptocurrencies. But if you search, maybe you can find more than 15,000 such cryptocurrencies proposed, or maybe 20,000 you can find, but many of them are not active nowadays. But of course, you can understand that even though there are two kinds of cryptocurrencies, one is Ether, another is Bitcoin, and there is a huge difference. But still, I can say that this Ether is very, very popular. And what is the reason behind? Let me talk about. So as I already mentioned, in case of Bitcoin, whatever you are, the scripting language it supports, it's not Turing complete. So therefore, you cannot build any application. But whenever I am going for, so if it is not Turing complete, you cannot write program. So, Turing, Alan Turing is quite not happy with this kind of thing, right? Because Alan Turing, that about Turing machine and how it, it is equivalent to algorithms or can perform any kind of computation, right? Whatever you can do in using pen and paper. So, but when I go for this Ethereum blockchain platform, I can just compare. It's like smartphone. If I consider that your Bitcoin is like old calculator, Ethereum is like your smartphone, where you can find the calculator, but in addition you can also find many different kind of applications. So it means that Ethereum is very, very powerful, and it can support development of various kinds of applications. How is it possible? It is possible because of a support of a Turing complete programming language. And very interesting thing is that Vitalik Buterin, who was in 2014, he was just 19 years old student in Canada, and he developed this Ethereum blockchain platform supported by some kind of Turing complete programming language. Very popular programming language is Solidity. Using this code, using this language, you can write your program, and those program you can put it in the blockchain. So those programs usually called smart contract, that you already know probably. So you can understand that because of this support of this smart contract, the programming language programs and deployment into the blockchain. Now blockchain technology going to be very, very powerful, and it is going to solve, provide solution to different kinds of applications. It may be supply chain, security, IoT security, KYC, smart city, data sharing, social networking, copyright, robotics, everywhere you can find the application of blockchain technology. Of course, what are the benefits? Benefits is that, so since single person is not involved, single body is not involved, it's a decentralized, many people are involved, many nodes are involved, and they are together making the decision. So of course, transparency improved, and whatever happening, uh, all the details will be recorded in the blockchain, and blockchain will be maintained by everyone. So it gives more trust, more transparency, and you can trace the thing also, and gives accountability, especially that whoever will do some kind of wrong thing, you can easily trace back. Whatever you are writing, it is permanent, so no one can make any kind of temper. It also reduces cost because you are removing all the untrusted third parties from the middle, and all people are connected with each other directly. Well, so now, as I told, so if the Solidity programming language, this is one blockchain programming language. It looks like simple, inspired by JavaScript. So you know that it's kind of there will be contract instead of class, there will be state variable instead of field, there will be methods, functions like methods. So Java program, so it looks like simply like that, and you can write your code in the high level programming language. And once you compile, it will create some kind of bytecode. This is the intermediate code, and that intermediate code will be deployed into the blockchain. So what happens that if this code is being deployed in the blockchain, and the blockchain copy will be with the both the persons, all the parties, right? So if I look at Amazon or Flipkart, this is centralized system, and how it works. So probably sellers and buyers, they interact with the Amazon. So buyer wants to buy something, then buyer will pay some advance amount, or the amount that is the price for the product. Seller will be notified, seller will dispatch the product, buyer will receive the product, seller will inform the Amazon, buyer also will inform the Amazon, whatever. And then finally, Amazon will hold the money initially, and that money will be released to the seller, right? But what will happen if I remove this Amazon or Flipkart, and I can put some kind of smart contract, the code here in the blockchain, and the blockchain copy will be with seller as well as buyer. And then here you can find a number of functions providing similar kind of services as Amazon and Flipkart providing are there. So then buyer will execute this kind of functions, seller will execute the corresponding functions. Whatever activities Amazon or Flipkart was doing, the similar kind of functions will be executed, or the execution of those functions, corresponding functions, will be initiated by buyers and sellers, and that execution will happen in a decentralized manner. It's not centralized. There is no server. It will be executed by the at seller end, as well as the same execution will also take place at buyer's end. So the execution is happening decentralized way. So that's why this kind of application developed based on the smart contract called decentralized application. So you see that we can replace Amazon, Flipkart by simply smart contract, and all the activities that current e-commerce platform doing, that can be done easily by this. And so seller does not have to pay any kind of service charge to this kind of Amazon or Flipkart. So price will be reduced also. A very good example, the prominent application of this blockchain is supply chain. That for example, we have supplier, manufacturer, regulator, logistics, wholesaler, retailer, and consumer, and all are connected in a peer-to-peer network, blockchain network, and all of them interacting with the smart contracts deployed in the blockchain. So whatever activities they are doing, they all are interacting with the smart contracts, executing the corresponding functions. So all will be recorded in the blockchain. And finally, if consumer wants to know which are the raw materials used during the manufacturing, during the transportation, whether the temperature is being maintained, who is the wholesaler, who is the regulator, who is the supplier, what kind of raw materials used. Every information is stored in the blockchain, and that will be retrieved by the consumer, and consumer will understand that this is the genuine product. So no fraud can happen. So I want to show one video. Maybe you can understand how supply chain works. So maybe that caption can be visible at the bottom, but sound may not be audible.
Babies have died after drinking milk contaminated with melamine. Fears are growing around the world over the safety of Chinese milk products.
Code on the fish. When I scan the QR code, it gets me to the detailed information page.
So you can find that on the product, there is the QR code, and every activity, supply chain, is being supported by blockchain. So if you scan those, if you scan this, QR code, it can easily be visible that from where it comes, who is the manufacturer, during transportation, proper, temperature is being maintained or not. Everything you can find here. So this gives lots of transparency and trust. Here also you can find that production center, you can deploy a number of IoT devices, and whatever images, videos are captured, those can be also stored in some kind of decentralized storage, and that can be connected with the blockchain. So everybody can see that what's happening in the production center.
这些数据的这个展示啊，可以让消费者了解到这个产品具体是如何加工的，在什么时间加工的，它的这个前一端养殖的过程是怎么样的，苗种的阶段是怎么样的。
Indeed, this is a great opportunity for technology. We can use the IoT devices to collect some of the information like the temperature, environment variables, and then record such information directly into the blockchain.
So it has to be like a machine process and not a human.
Not human, yeah.
The promise that we are giving to our consumer is that if this thing authenticates, that means that the
even Walmart also using this kind of
circuit here is essentially an antenna
blockchain technology.
NFC chip. As you could see this dial kind of filling up with the percentages.
Yes.
This is when the data exchange happened with the blockchain, and all the information has been checked with the blockchain. Consumer already lost any sense of belief in such claims. You're telling me that you're only selling genuine things, but why should I believe you? When we use blockchain, the claim that we make is that you don't have to trust us, you have to trust the technology.
Once you have tier or ruined the level, you couldn't scan anything. Once the antenna is broken, the connection to the NFC chip is totally broken.
So this is a sample, video how supply chain works using blockchain technology. And now here, I am now moving towards some of the applications where blockchain technology can provide a lot of transparency, trust, accountability. For example, here in case of riding, I mean, you have Ola, Uber, and I am sure that many of you have faced a lot of issues, lot of difficulties. For example, bad behavior of a driver, maybe, for example, maybe other kinds of things. Maybe you have not maybe some kind of negative balance you can find, but you have already paid the money. For example, many things can happen, but because those things are somehow controlled by centrally by Ola, Uber. But if I replace that Ola, Uber by smart contract, so the smart contract can provide all those services what Ola, Uber is providing, and rider and drivers all can connect to directly with each other, and even all facilities like rider can provide the source destination, source and destinations, the number of seats, the car type required, or the time of departure, everything. And the function in the smart contract can capture all those information, can inform the driver, nearby driver. The driver can provide all the services, and after that, driver will raise the payment thing, and then finally rider will pay the thing, and the rating also can be given. So everything can be done through smart contracts and will be recorded in the blockchain. So end-to-end connections can be achieved through blockchain technology, removing all these untrusted third parties. But similar, of course, I mean, as I mentioned, that decentralization is one thing. Tamper-proof ledger is another characteristics. Anonymity, and whenever multiple people are connecting with each other, doing activities together, going through some consensus, of course the privacy thing is very important. So anonymity is being preserved here. So actual identity is not revealed, but some kind of anonymous, some kind of hash value or hash of the public key can be used as the identity rather than the actual real identity. And of course, the auditability, the accountability is very, very crucial here. And that is, theme of this today's talk, how we can apply this kind of auditability to deepfake scenarios. Now, of course, not only this, there is a lot of initiative India is taking. For example, central bank digital currency, a national blockchain infrastructure. Everywhere, India is looking for applying blockchain technology. Not only India, but in the world also, various countries already taken a lot of initiatives, adopting this blockchain technology. Now, whenever we go for this, blockchain technology adoption, of course, you have to follow this kind of layered architecture. So at the low level, you have the blockchain, right? So you have this kind of chain of blocks where the actual transactions will be recorded. And on top of that, all the nodes are connected through peer-to-peer network. And then whatever activity is happening, of course, they have to pass through some kind of consensus algorithm. And if, to motivate users to work honestly in the network, some kind of incentive mechanism can be introduced that if you work honestly, if you do not do any kind of Byzantine behavior or some kind of attack, so malicious activities, so you will be given some kind of reward. And on top of that, you have smart contract layer where you can put many such smart contract, and you can use those smart contracts for different kinds of applications. There is a very nice guidance provided by Niti Aayog, where it is giving a proper guidance that when you should go for blockchain-based solution, when you should not go for blockchain-based solution, you better to go for centralized solution. Or even if you go for blockchain solution, should we go for public blockchain like Ethereum, Bitcoin, or we should go for some kind of private blockchain like Hyperledger Fabric that can provide some kind of. So as I told, so Bitcoin is one open blockchain cryptocurrency and open blockchain. Similarly, Ethereum is also open, but public blockchain, but where anyone can join anytime, can leave anytime. But there are certain private blockchain platforms also. But maybe Bitcoin is not meant for application development, that I already told. Ethereum is very popular for application development, but there are many other platforms. For example, Hyperledger Fabric, that is really popular for blockchain based application development. Cosmos is also very popular. This is the evolution that we observed, that starting with the Bitcoin, then smart contract came, and then various applications is being observed, that application of blockchain technologies to various applications, giving different kinds of solution is observed. But industry scale adoption is also observed here. And after that, currently we are also looking for more advanced solutions, including Wave 3.0. So currently we are using Wave 2.0, but in future we are going for Wave 3.0, where our data will be under our control. We don't have to put our data in some third-party servers. But still, there are a lot of challenges that we are facing. For example, interoperability. If there are different kinds of blockchain network, and those are heterogeneous, how they can contact each other, how they can connect each other, how the seamless information exchange should take place. So interoperability, scalability, because you have to pass through consensus algorithm. So it's not very scalable all the time. Security, privacy, of course, that is quite common, and throughput, latency. Well, so as I told that in case of Bitcoin, we are following some kind of proof of work. But if we move to some other kind of platform like Hyperledger Fabric, we can find that Raft protocol is being used now. Initially, probably practical Byzantine fault tolerant is used. If we look for Cosmos, Tendermint is being used. If we go for Ethereum, proof of stake is being used. So there are different kinds of consensus algorithm to be followed in different kinds of blockchain network. Now here, of course, at IIT Patna, when we started working on blockchain technology, along with some different kinds of problems, we are also we are interested to look at how blockchain technology can be used to solve different kinds of applications. For example, we have given solution to smart city, smart policing, vehicle related services, healthcare, waste management, agriculture, insurance. But there are something common, that how bringing blockchain we can provide some kind of trust, transparency, accountability, and traceability. So those are quite common properties that we are going to achieve in all those applications. So and that's making our life more smart, more easier. So the similar kind of thing can be extended to deepfake scenarios, and I'll show that how blockchain technology can be extended to deepfake scenarios as well. So this is the work that we have done with Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, that is the flagship initiative by Government of India. And here we have worked with giving some kind of blockchain support to Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, that platform. So this is flagship project by Government of India, where some kind of federal is being developed. For example, there are many different hospitals all over the India. It may be private hospitals, maybe government agencies, maybe pathological labs, maybe different kinds of drug shops, many research labs. So and today you are visiting some hospitals in Patna. Maybe tomorrow you will visit some hospitals in Bhopal. Maybe day after tomorrow you can visit some hospitals maybe in Delhi. So but whenever you are visiting Patna, so all your health information, all your prescriptions, everything will be stored in Patna server. But whenever you are going to other hospitals in other states, those documents cannot be shared, right? You can that those can be lost. Even you don't have your past medical history, maybe 20 years back you have some kind of past medical report, but you don't have currently with you, and therefore you cannot carry it with you, and you cannot show it to other doctors visiting near now. So what this initiative does, that whenever you are visiting any hospitals in the India, then all the previous records will be stored in this platform, and those can be shareable with the new hospital. So even though you have visited some hospitals 20 years back, those records will be there in the platform, and that can be shareable with the doctors after 20 years, maybe in any state in India. So, but the problem is that there can be some kind of, because this is maintained by centralized way. So of course there will be some kind of threat, and you don't know that where your patient history is medical record. This is very, very sensitive information. So you don't know that where those are maliciously used or unauthorized way it has been used or not, you don't know. So it is very necessary that patients should have more power to check that traceability, accountability, and everything. So therefore what we have done, so what happens, all these hospitals would be at the lower level, state would be at the middle layer, and national, center would be at the top level. This is the way that current blockchain current Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission is being developed. So this is the layered architecture that they are following. So what we have done, we have introduced one blockchain layer here, and here I can show you that very high level view I am providing, because there might be researchers, analysts, government agencies, maybe hospitals, health centers, local facilities, whatever. They have this kind of layered architecture, and you see that all the blockchain layers, they are somehow connected through the peer-to-peer network and following the blockchain technologies. So therefore you can deploy many kinds of smart contracts to to record it permanently and to provide all kinds of traceability and transparency. For example, if there is any kind of consent management, for example, you are giving consent as a patient, you are giving consent that whether my data can be shared with this doctor or this hospital, you are giving your consent and you are removing the consent, for example. So in this case, all this consent management should be managed by this blockchain network. So therefore no one can modify this consent on your behalf without informing you. Only you will be the owner of this consent management. You will be the only person who can manage this consent. So those kind of services which require some kind of traceability, transparency, those can be managed by this blockchain technology. I'm not going in detail of complete workflow, but it's just the idea I have provided you because of constant limited time. This is the almost very early paper on blockchain supply chain that I have observed, and I have also given lectures on this many times in my class. So they have given blockchain based traceability for some kind of products, and there are some kind of suppliers, producers, logistics, and consumers. But here, as I already told, that how that will happen. So there will be certain smart contract. Everywhere there will be the smart contract, and whatever activities all the stakeholders doing, everything will be recorded in this smart contract. So what are the raw materials used, in what ratio they are using these raw materials to create some kind of product, and whether this product can be certified or not, every details can be recorded in this smart contract. And whenever any user is purchasing that product, they can easily verify that whether this product satisfying this certification, or they are produced based on the given raw materials, or genuine raw materials or not. This is another paper that how blockchain can provide IoT security. So here also that in kind of smart home there are a lot of smart devices, right? IoT devices, and of course there are some third parties also, service provider outside of your house. You don't believe them, right? But here they have provided, for example, you have thermostat, and what you want the data from this thermostat, the reading of this thermostat about the room temperature will be recorded in the cloud every regular interval, so that anytime if thermostat will not work, then any third party can use this kind of record to know where the problem is. So in that case, how you can do this? Because this is inside your home and this is outside, cloud storage is outside, you cannot trust. So to avoid any kind of attack, what you can do, the thermostat will consult the home miner. Miner will is responsible to do all kinds of mining activities, I mean adding the blocks into the blockchain. So thermostat will consult with the miner, will check that is there any kind of policy, access policy, is it allowed that thermostat will can put their record in the cloud storage. That will be consulted, and if it is so, this reading will be recorded in the cloud storage. Similarly, suppose sometime this is not working, I mean the thermostat is not working, so the service provider will access the record from the cloud storage. So it will pass through the home miners and the policy will be consulted. If it is allowed, then that information will be accessed by the service provider from the cloud storage. But whatever activity is happening, everything will be recorded in the blockchain. That is the thing, that when service provider access to the cloud information about the thermostat, something like this. Or maybe you are the owner, you are now outside and you want to know what is the temperature inside your room. You want to consult. So again, you pass through this thing, and the access control policy is saying that yes, you are the owner, you are able to access these things, and those temperature will be accessed and given to you. But every activities will be recorded in the blockchain. So blockchain is somehow controlling the whole thing and providing some kind of security layer to your smart devices and smart homes. There might be several other kinds of IoT security thing that I can skip for the moment. If you have interest, you can go through all those papers. For example, there may be various kinds of IoT devices, and there will be some kind of manager or the manager is responsible to record, I mean, to do registration for all those IoT devices. And sorry, and there will be certain agent. The responsible is to deploy required smart contracts, and the miner will do blockchain activities, I mean mining new blocks. And this way you see that the manager can put some kind of access rules into the smart contract, can register all the devices under the manager, IoT devices under the manager, and put the new access control rule into the smart contract. So whenever any IoT devices want to access any information from other devices, maybe immediately that can be routed to smart contracts, and the policy will be checked. If the policy says that yes, you can access, then that can be given back to these, and then IoT device S2 can access information from IoT device S1. So this way, the access control completely provided through smart contract, through blockchain. So that will ensure some kind of security in the IoT device management also. E-voting system also can be possible, where you can find that you are giving votes, and those votes somehow there are some consensus algorithms through which your vote will pass through. And if this consensus is established that your vote should be recorded in the blockchain, that will be recorded in the blockchain. So, and of course, in case of voting mechanism, two things are very important. One is that verifiability, that you can verify anytime that your vote is being recorded. And of course, one is that verifiability. Another is that privacy. Your vote should not be revealed. I mean, no one should know whom you have voted for. So those kind of, but blockchain technology can provide it very nicely. And even here you can find that you have hospitals, you have some kind of insurance management companies, you have some kind of municipality who are providing you some providing death certificates or burial permissions. Okay, so here you see that everyone connected through the blockchain network. So therefore you don't have to visit every office. So you don't have to go to insurance office, you don't have to go to hospitals, you don't have to physically, you don't have to go there, or individually you don't have to contact anyone. So everything can be seamlessly accessed through the blockchain network. For example, suppose some death happens in the hospital, and immediately that information can be accessed by the insurance companies, and insurance company can give the all the benefits, or immediately that information can be accessed from hospital, and immediately the death certificate can be issued. So all those things can be done automatically without any third-party involvement, and seamlessly can be done. There are many blockchain-based solutions providing some kind of blockchain layer on social network, because in social network many misinformation is there, fake information is there, and they are influencing a lot. And so, and coming to deepfake also belong to that. So therefore, if I have some kind of blockchain layer behind, and whatever media content, whatever social media content is being spread, is being circulated, is being shared, if everything will be recorded in the blockchain, so we can somehow control this kind of fake news spread, right, or deepfake spread. But of course, when we are controlling, but at the same time we can provide some kind of provenance also. I mean, provenance kind of thing, that okay, I received this information from XYZ. XYZ has received the same information from ABC. ABC has received the same information from PQR. So there is a complete trace through which the information came to me. I want to know who is the actual originator of this information, so I can go back. So whenever any sharing is happening, if those are recorded in the blockchain, then from the blockchain I can easily identify that yes, I have received it from ABC, ABC has received it from XYZ, XYZ has received from PQR. So PQR is the originator of this fake information, right? So I can trace back, complete provenance can be provided by this blockchain, because all data will be in the blockchain and I have the blockchain copy. That's the beauty of this technology. Here, the solution, in this paper, what they have proposed, that whatever activities you are doing in the cloud, maybe you are storing some information, you are sharing information with others, but can we really believe cloud? Of course, this is semi-trusted entity. How can I believe cloud? I cannot put very sensitive information about my company, for example, here. It's very sensitive. I cannot put banking information here. So can there be any option that cloud is providing, that if you want some kind of blockchain support, that whatever activities will happen with your data on this cloud platform, all will be recorded in the blockchain, so you can audit it later on, that if there is any kind of manipulation happens with your data, sharing happens without informing you. So here you can find the user can do any activities on the cloud, those will be recorded in the blockchain, and any kind of the audit can happen, that looking at the blockchain you can identify what happens with your data last 10 years. That is possible. So similar approach we can also adopt in case of deepfake. Here also, that this is another work that we have done, that traceability and ownership claim of data on big data marketplace, because that lot of data is the fuel nowadays, right? And a lot of data is now on the internet, and you don't know from where this data came, and you are using those data for machine learning model development. If the data is not authentic, if the data is having lot of noise, your model also will not work right properly. So you have to know that you are collecting data from the authentic source, or so there is a lot of selling and buying of this data happening. So therefore we have provided whatever data is sold or bought, all these activities, or shared even, all these activities will be recorded in the blockchain technology. And anytime if you want to know from where this data comes, you can trace back and you can get the actual owner of the data. So here also, some kind of copyright protection can also take place. For example, if I am the owner and I am sharing data with you, later you are claiming that you are the owner. It won't be possible if we go for blockchain technology, because the ownership information is being recorded in the blockchain. I have shared this data with you, but later if you claim that you are the owner, I can easily prove from blockchain that no, I am the owner and this is recorded in the blockchain, and blockchain is tamper-proof thing. So that we have proposed in this paper. I am not going in detail of all this technical thing, because but here also we have used some kind of watermarking. If I am the owner, I can do watermark. I can store it in a decentralized storage, and then I can record it in the blockchain. So anytime whenever any buyer wants to buy something, they have to pass through blockchain, and they have to check with the smart contract that whether I can get it or not. If the permission is given, then that can be shared, but of course with the permission of the owners, consent of the owner. So those kind of solution. Similarly, the land purchase, land transfer, land selling and purchase, whatever happening in India, we have also given a solution. And here you see completely decentralized. There is no centralized authority, and everything will be recorded in the blockchain through smart contract. Similarly, law enforcement, smart policing. For example, if there is any kind of crime, you have to visit a police station. There can be a lot of harassment. You have to give all the documents to prove that this is the crime against you, and there is a lot of harassment, right? Why not we can provide some kind of blockchain network and no manipulation will be done. So if you find some kind of crime, you just issue FIR through the smart contract, and those will be will be taken care by law enforcement agencies, and Justice Department also will be connected. So if any kind of verdict will be given, any kind of judgment will be there, everything can be all the information can be accessed through smart contract. And if there is any kind of forensic activities, that also will be recorded, will be recorded in the blockchain. So all these things can be done through smart contracts. So, and you don't have to there is no risk at all in such system. Similarly, vehicle and transport authority network, for example, traffic police can easily check your vehicle registration and can access all information about whether it is having, you have driving license, whether it is having pollution certificate, whether it is registered, whether there is any kind of offense in the past, how many times there is offense. So all these things. Even the fine, if there is any kind of offense and you have to give fine, so you can also pay through smart contract, and everything will be recorded in the blockchain. Similarly, waste management system, we have proposed blockchain-based framework for smart agriculture. We have proposed. There are many, survey papers also you can go through. I am not going in this session, but if you have interest, you can go through. Yeah, now coming to this deepfake kind of thing. So here even though I have not worked on deepfake and AI models, that is the actual theme of this FDP. But here I am trying to show that how a new technology and revolutionary technology, both revolutionary technologies can be combined together to deal with such kind of difficulties nowadays people are facing. For example, this is one paper that I have observed, but honestly speaking, I have not found any good, good contribution in terms of blockchain. It seems like federated learning, and you know that federated learning, what happens that there are many hospitals, and those hospitals are having their own data, but because of the sensitivity, because of the maybe business reason, so they don't want to share their data. What they can do, they want to create some kind of machine learning model or deep learning model using those data, but they don't want to share. So rather than developing or training the model at one place, what they are doing, they are training their model individually, independently. So each hospital is creating their own local model, and those local model will be somehow finally aggregated to create the global model. Yes, all those local model will be shared, the parameters will be shared, that will be aggregated to create the global model, and that will be repeated multiple times to finally converge to create optimal global model. But I don't understand why they have used blockchain technology here. That is not clear. So this paper may not have a good quality. So maybe, but still, it's in the literature that I have mentioned. This is another paper that I found that making sense of blockchain for AI deepfakes technology. So they have given 3 different case studies. The second one saying that whatever videos, if I am the content creator, maybe whatever videos I am sharing with others, or I am uploading, downloading, whatever activities I am doing with the videos, or any users with their videos or multimedia content, that can be, of course, uploaded in a decentralized storage. This paper also not very good paper. There are a lot of mistakes that I have observed. For example, decentralized ledger blockchain, it's not blockchain because blockchain is very limited storage, and that is very costly. So we cannot store such kind of videos, all those things in the blockchain itself. We have to store these videos in the decentralized storage system. For example, IPFS. That is the different storage system, but that is in the same line of decentralization. That's why if we put some heavy information, large size data into decentralized storage system, the corresponding hash link can be stored in the smart contract, in the blockchain. Blockchain only contains some kind of transactional information, not the actual large size data. So therefore, what content creators can store those information in the decentralized storage system, and whatever activities happening, sharing, viewing, downloading, uploading, every information can be recorded in the smart contract, in the blockchain. So if any manipulation happens with your data, that can easily be traced back through these smart contract records. In this third case, they have suggested that, okay, whatever activities we are doing, maybe, those are on social media, right? Those videos are spreading, sharing, over the social media. But here what may happen that there can be one consensus algorithm, and this, multiple nodes will be involved, and they can look at this data and they can decide that whether there is any kind of manipulation happens or not, if this data is authentic or not, if this is deepfake or not. Those kind of consensus can be done, and based on that some kind of rating can be given, reputation score can be given, or rating can be given, and those can be stored in the blockchain. So this is a kind of third case they have just mentioned. And here also I find some kind of missing information, but just the idea is that whatever happening, can we go for some kind of encryption decryption, so that only authorized people can deal with those content. Unauthorized users cannot get that content similarly. And of course whatever will happen will be recorded in the blockchain. Both the supports can be given. This paper I find very good paper, and this is a blockchain solution for a decentralized content verification and its application to deepfake and fintech credit scoring. I find very interesting thing what is happening. There are many content creator. Okay, yeah, just a minute. There are many content creator here who are actually creating various kinds of content. But what they are saying that, okay, if you have created the content, you have to somehow get it attested, some kind of attestation service. But this is off-chain, not on the blockchain. Off-chain attestation should be done. The timestamp, when it is being created, who has created, some kind of attestation should be done here. There is some kind of specific format they have provided, and with that format you can do attestation, and you can keep it in a decentralized storage. Now there are a lot of verifiers. A number of verifiers will be there in the system, and those verifiers will look at this attested content and will give some kind of score, will evaluate, is it deepfake or there is no deepfake, it's original, is it somehow, some kind of scoring will be given. And maybe for this data, 3 verifiers have given 3 different ratings. Now those ratings will be aggregated. When the aggregation will take place, there they have used some kind of SQL query, and those aggregated results finally will be kept into the blockchain. Now the question here that when the aggregation is happening, there can be some kind of attack. What they are doing, they have provided some kind of zero knowledge proof there. They have created some kind of proof that no, this SQL query is being applied on original rating and there is no manipulation, and the actual original query is being issued, not any manipulated query. So this is being some kind of proof is being created, and that also will be attested and will kept in the blockchain. So anyone, if they want to know the score or the reputation of this video content, whether this is altered, illegally altered, or deepfake content or something, based on the rating they can user can identify. But that rating, if they want to know anyone that is there any kind of manipulation happens during this rating process, then this proof will help to show no, there is no manipulation happens during the rating generation. That is the zero knowledge proof, without revealing any detailed thing that who has given what rating. This individual level information is not being revealed, but it is proved that during this rating generation, aggregated rating generation, there is no manipulation happens, and that gives some kind of trust to the users to know what kind of is there any kind of deepfake or not. So that's quite interesting. You can go through this paper. This is another kind of paper. here also very simple. I mean, there will be various kinds of news owners who will upload it to some kind of server, maybe cloud, maybe decentralized storage system, wherever. But every activities will be recorded in the blockchain, and there will be verifier. Verifier will verify this content and will also give some kind of reputation or maybe score. Those will be recorded in the blockchain. Simple, very simple kind of thing. Here also, similar kind of thing. I don't find any new content here, novel contribution. Similar kind of thing. Every data will be recorded in the blockchain. I mean, decentralized storage system, and through smart contract, those will be, that will be passed through. When you are accessing this, you are sharing this, whatever activities you are doing, you have to pass through the, smart contract thing. Maybe, but of course, some kind of, maybe. Yeah, there is the arrow. So maybe, so they are actually, working hand in hand. This is completely AI-based system. There is no role of blockchain, but maybe you can look at this. I can skip for the moment. So overall, that whatever I have observed, that what are the solutions, given using blockchain to deepfake controlling, I find very less number of works done, and those are at a very basic level. Basically, how the blockchain technology is being used for other applicative domains like supply chain, healthcare, disaster management, land registry, smart agriculture. How we are applying this blockchain technology to other applicative domains. Similar way we can also adopt in this case to prevent deepfake, spread and to control it and prevention. Of course, as I already mentioned that, there are many social media platforms which are backed by blockchain technology. That can be another way of dealing with, controlling the spread of such kind of deepfake content, and to give some kind of scoring mechanism that if some kind of deepfake information is being spread, and people can give some kind of score, people can give some kind of feedback, and those feedback will be recorded in the blockchain and can be aggregated, and some kind of, and based on that aggregation, that can be controlled. So if I receive some information that is having negative score or zero score, I can understand there is something wrong. This data is not authentic. This is false data. Maybe deepfake kind of thing. But if there is some kind of high score, people are giving in a decentralized manner, people are giving some feedback. So, and here also you can introduce some kind of reputation kind of mechanism, or maybe incentive mechanism, where you can give some kind of incentive that if they do honest review, then they will get some kind of cryptocurrency as a reward. Maybe this kind of, or maybe some kind of token you can provide them. So this kind of incentive mechanism you can also introduce to act so that people in a blockchain network can act honestly to give some kind of reputation or some kind of scoring to any kind of multimedia content. So okay, so with this, I would like to conclude my session. So here, if you don't know anything about blockchain technology, maybe you can try with these things. But I'm sure that most of you already know all these new technologies, and yeah. So thank you. So basically, here we are working on different kinds of, we are applying blockchain based solution to different applications that I have mentioned, formal methods. We are also trying to integrate machine learning with blockchain. So various kinds of works, my team is doing here. Yeah. So thank you for your attention. And if you have any kind of queries, discussion, I'll be happy to answer.
Thank you very much, sir, for the nice session. And definitely the blockchain applications for deepfake is important. So is there any question from the audience?
Yeah, thank you. I find that many people mentioned that it was informative and they got a lot of benefits. So thank you so much for your positive response. Feel free to ask any questions, or you can also write me in case you want to. know anything.
Very nice session, sir. Thank you very much. I wanted to ask one thing that there are many benefits of the blockchain that we can do. As you have mentioned, so many things that we can take benefit out of it. But scammers, as we know, there are scammers everywhere in the world. So they can also be benefited with this, na, with blockchain. So there must be something which you can tell that means you might be working on that, that how this blockchain technology can be benefited, we can be benefited out of it, but scammers, there anything that we can save ourselves or our country or whatever, our planet?
So, for example, whenever you are connected with blockchain or all the people are connected with a blockchain, scammers are part of the people, right? In the system. So they are also connected with the blockchain. So somehow we have to introduce some kind of mechanism to distinguish that, okay, honest people's activities are those, scammers activities are these. So if there is a mechanism to understand that these are the activities scammers are doing, and these are the activities honest people are doing, if activities can be distinguished, so every information, whether they are honest or whether they are scammers, because all are some nodes, scammers are also nodes, honest people are also nodes, it's very difficult to know who will act as the scammers, because I can act now as honest person now for 1 year, after 1 year I can act as the scammer. So same person can act multiple role. So in
Yes,
this
sir.
case,
Yes, the
in this
same
case
I'm asking. Do you have means you are working very nicely in the direction, means your research papers or the research you are showing means you or your kind of people who are doing research in this area. The same I wanted to ask, that whenever we are doing something good, like blockchain is very nice, like people are working in this area just to benefit, to give benefits to the society as a whole or the country as a whole, but there are, as we know, whenever there is a rule, the rule breakers are there, they always break the rule and they take undue benefits out of it. So are you working for some mechanism where we can identify where the we can stop, so that we can stop those scammers, as you rightly mentioned, that just after 1 year, because the ethical hacking or the ethical people, they are earning very less. If he will turn in the scammer just after 1 year, he might make millions or billions out of that scamming. So why they will be doing this in the right direction for the country benefit or for the society benefit? Why they don't become a scammer and just make money within 1 year and just just to fly away anywhere? They can go anywhere, Dubai, Canada, wherever they have money. So
yes.
is there any mechanism on which you are working? Means you are working tirelessly, that I am very much appreciating. I'm sorry, but I am very much concerned about the country. Whenever we are doing advancements, rather than benefiting, it is very much harming to us in another way. So is there any
Everything.
real mechanism on which we are very seriously, or maybe your group or any other groups, maybe you are aware of those who are very seriously working in this direction, that we have to make some seal on them, on the scammers? Is there?
Yeah, honestly speaking, that as a researchers, we are mainly focusing on some kind of academic research. We are publishing papers, we are giving some kind of solutions. But whether they are coming as the product, or whether they are actually adopted by the country to implement in the real world, that is quite difficult at this moment. You understand that we are not working to that extent to make it adaptable in the real world. But we are, in the research community, we are just looking at some kind of proposal to get published. So at this moment, every technology will have some kind of positive and negative side, of course. But what you have mentioned, that yes, I mean, if I can bring, what people will do, whether they will act honestly or dishonestly, you cannot control. There is no such control. How people will behave, you don't have any control. So people can do anything, right? So if you bring all those people under this blockchain network, and you are maintain whatever activities happening in this system, all are recorded in the blockchain. So you have all the information, activities information of all the people, right? And from there you can easily identify who are acting maliciously, who are acting honestly. And This way you can block them. I mean, whenever you find this person over last year acting maliciously, you can block them somehow through reputation score, through some way. There are mechanisms through smart contracts also you can block them. Now there also, you know, one interesting thing, you can apply deep learning approach. For example, whatever activity is happening in the network, all are in the form of transactions. If you collect all those transactions and you train some kind of model to identify that whether this activities is malicious or whether this activity is not malicious, some kind of deep learning model also you can create and you can deploy it in the system. So whenever any activity will take place, the deep learning model easily can predict that this activity is somehow malicious, and that can be recorded also in the blockchain. So we have also worked on deep learning based phishing scam on Ethereum. So there are many technologies that you can merge into, but looking at the real world deployment, that probably at this moment, very less.
Sir, what I feel that our country, although it is growing very fast, but we are not much prepared for these kind of
Yes.
cyber attacks and for the
You are
scammers
right.
as a whole. Like the volume and the people we have, so large people we have, so we have to work in means very heavy volume. We need to work in this
Yes.
direction in the cyber security as we are doing advancement in this direction.
You are
Means
right.
so many engineers are, or like you people are working in the advancement direction, but the capping in which we are working, it is quite less. Means 0.1% is very much, which I am saying. Even if we
Yes.
are not working at 0.1% scale,
You know,
if 100%, if we are working,
right.
as I feel, maybe I am wrong, as
Yes.
we are working, suppose 100% advancement, in that respect the capping is less than 0.1%, as I feel.
I completely agree. You know that's why Indian government already taken initiative to develop this, national blockchain infrastructure. The primary motivation is that this blockchain infrastructure can be used by any kind of government services, any kind of industry, any kind of whoever in the country can use this infrastructure to deploy their own application on the blockchain. So because if you develop one application and you want to deploy it into the blockchain, developing the blockchain system is very costly. So what government has taken initiative, that national blockchain infrastructure, a number of hyperledger nodes are being installed at different places all over the India, and now those are, I think, in running condition. But somehow there is some ups and downs. So initially, although there was a lot of hype, but now somehow I find that this is not what we were expecting. Let's hope for the best, that again people will understand the need, and then, but
Yes,
because there are a
sir.
lot
Yes,
of challenges in blockchain
yes,
because of
sir.
the
But
cost.
yes, sir. But the problem is we cannot stop advancement just because that scammers are there. We cannot just every time worry for that this particular technology we want to install, but there are scammers, so we should not install it. That we
Oh,
cannot
no,
do
no,
as
no,
a
no.
whole, as a country. Government cannot do that. They have
No,
to
no,
do
we
the
should
advancement.
install to stop scammers.
Yes, exactly, sir.
Right.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you.
Extremely nice session, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so I think there is no such question. So yeah, thank you once again, Professor Piyush. So thank you for invitation, and happy to share information. So I think I can leave now.
Sure, sir. Thanks for accepting the invitation and giving your precious time, sir. Thank you very much.
Sir, we take a screenshot always with the
Yes, with the
person who is delivering. So with you, a screenshot is awaited.
Okay. So should I?
Yeah, you are okay,
Really
sir.
informative and nice section, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I'm leaving now. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir. So on behalf of the entire ATAL FDP team and all the participants, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Raju Haldar, sir, for delivering such an insightful and thought-provoking session. Sir, it's been a very knowledgeable session, and thank you for the truly enriched our understanding of this emerging and highly relevant domain. And I request everyone to please switch on your camera so that we can take a screenshot for our news. Please,
Yeah.
everyone, if you can Open your cameras.
Yes, in the memory of this FDP, these pictures will be helpful in future also. We will prepare one proceeding.
Yeah, just should I have to be here or I can?
Sir, if you can open your camera also, that will be.
Okay, no problem.
It will take more 30 seconds only.
Sure.
Yes, sir, the screenshots have been taken. We can wind up the session now. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Raju Halda, sir. Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
thanks to all the team. We will meet tomorrow. Thank you very much. Have a nice and good night, everyone.
Hello. Sir, feedback session link is pending.
Yes, sir, we are providing the link for the feedback. Just a second.
Okay.
Okay.
So the session feedback link is provided in the chat box as well as in our WhatsApp group. Please, everyone, take time to give the feedback. Thank you so much.
Hello.